welcome back to Greta's Garden. It's that time of year, mid to late October, when the days aren't always nice to get outside. They're cold, wet, rainy, foggy, but today's not one of them. So I'm going to get some things done. Well, at this stage in the garden, it's bit by bit, bed by bed, and harvest by harvest, just to finally get my beds cleared out. This is my tomato bed. I'm going to start with that one, mostly because it's the tomatoes and they can't handle cold. So I also have two beautiful marigolds still going here. So I'm just thinking I'll run up and get a pot, and I'm going to transplant those into maybe one of my flower pots and give them a little week longer of their glory. They're beautiful. A few tomatoes left. Time to get them all in. I don't think there's too many. I have been harvesting regularly, almost an assembly line, and when they're ripe and ready, either cooking with them or freezing. I've got bags and bags in the freezer. So let's get at it. I think I'll do a before and after. So there's the marigolds. I can't just pull them out. I'm going to try to transplant them. I don't know if it'll work. So most of my tomato plants are still in. I've taken out 3 maybe. But again, not many tomatoes left. And the noise in the background is Bruce is working on his shed. So that's my before. Okay, there's the after of my tomato bed. I left the peas in the end, I don't know why. And I just topped it with the manure there. I'll wait till it dries out just a bit. It was wet there. And smooth that over just a bit. Now the next bed is this mess. It's just a squash plants, so they should be very easy to pull out. And then it's the weeding. There was quite a bit of grass in here that I had to get out. So that's my before, and I'll get to that now. By the way, there's my marigolds that I took out. They're not going inside, so I don't have to wash them. They're going into a pot outside. However, I also pulled out, I wasn't going to do it this year, bring out pepper from outside indoors. So, change my mind as always. I'm going to rinse this off though, so that no soil whatsoever goes in. It'll just be a bare root, not a dry root, but a bare root. And I'll pot that up and see how it carries on. It's not looking in great shape. I don't think it produced too many peppers. I see a flower there though. But, say I'm not going to when I do. And then there's just the tomatoes. Mostly it's the sun gold. They'll ripen, I think, most of them. What doesn't ripen, by the way, yesterday I made a tomato soup, a roasted tomato soup. And I picked through any that are that hard green. I don't have any here, but the ones that are not going to turn at all. I don't know if you can hear me over Bruce's construction up there. And I just threw them into the tomato soup. You don't even know they're there, but I don't waste anything. And a very odd, little stumpy, cute carrot found in the tomato bed, like you would. Okay, squash bed is cleared. And the little bits and bobs from that bed. So, tomato bed and squash. I'm pleased. Lots more to go. We're getting there. Some pretty fall color. Okay, there's the pepper washed off roots and indoor potting soil. I'll take them inside to the warmth. And here's what Bruce has been making the noise about. He's getting the roof on now to his shed. So, I had to go in and get a coat on. The sun goes in and it goes very chilly. So in keeping with the bit by bit, now I'll see what I can harvest. It's getting late in the day, but so I'm thinking of the processing bit I have to do. So I might not get that much today, but enough to start bringing stuff in. I'm going to get some herbs. I don't need lettuce because yesterday I got a huge amount of that. That's the succession sown after my garlic lettuce. It's been beautiful. I'll just look around and think of some things that I can bring in. Like the always some onions. Again, these white onions are really what I planted for green onions or salad onions, spring onions. I may have to wash them before they go in my baskets. Let's see what we can find. I'll get some kale, easy enough to process this evening. Yeah, I will. And broccoli, a cabbage. This bed's almost empty, which is great to see. I'm going to take this cabbage out now. All these scraps you see beside me, I'm not really that messy. They're smothering the weeds here, and I will gather them up for compost. But right now, I'm allowing them to smother weeds because I can't keep up with this. Okay. Let's see if I can cut through this. Yep. And snap. Don't need that, and I don't need that. Oh, that's a beautiful, gorgeous little firm head. I do buy smaller varieties for growing in my garden for the shorter season. Oh, there's a carrot in there. There's more, but there's a celery I have to get out. I suppose I don't want to process the celery tonight. It's taking a bit too long. Ooh. I mean, really, in Newfoundland, still growing zucchini and squash. And this little one that I got from down there is also, I love these little ones. I just throw them in the oven and then I just cut them and eat them myself. Well, I'm not at this bed yet. I'm going to leave them on. There's zucchini here and they're flowering. So, what else do I want to harvest? So these were the beds, the two beds here after my garlic. Now, once upon a time, I didn't think I could do the succession planting of a full bed like the garlic after it comes out the, when do I pull that again? Mid-August or something. And so I started some plants indoors, and each year I'm getting better and better at the succession planting. And our weather, of course, is playing a big part. So as all of us gardeners are adjusting to the new climates, it's kind of neat to see that I can grow second crops of something like broccoli. Oh, there's another one. Lovely. Now, what's in here? So that's some broad beans. This cabbage, it's firming up, but I'll let it go a while here. Small carrots. Again, my grandson pulled most of those. What's here? Oh, onion. Of course. That's a regular storage onion. Another one. Oh, there's a carrot. Nice. I don't know that these beets got to any size. I pulled some that were big, but the rest here aren't going to be. But I love, Bruce and I just love boiled beets with butter. So we'll have some baby beets because they gotta come in. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, there's a big fella, I think. Oh my goodness. A winter radish. That grew really fast. I think I can see some onions in here if I can reach in. If I can get them out. Why can't I get these out? Crazy things. Holy smoly. I mean, it wasn't in any deeper than normal. Crazy size for what went in as a green onion. Ooh, a very tiny squash on a very tiny plant. That's hard. Amazing. Let's take that out. And strawberry plants that aren't supposed to be in there. I had to come in because it was getting very chilly out there and I'm getting tired. So I'll bring you closer and show you what we brought in today. Okay, we found some zucchini, a very large winter radish, bits and bobs of carrots. Well, the whole harvest is bits and bobs. Some broad beans. These are peppers from indoors. Some baby beets, a beautiful cabbage, a very large radish there also. A tiny rondenise and some odd little bits and bobs of squash, but they will be eaten. There's a camo squash. A couple of parsnips that I broke off the ends because it was a struggle. A mess of onions I've got to fix, but I'm getting through them anyways, bringing them in. Some broccoli. A good haul of kale that'll keep me busy processing. I did bring a celery in just because I'll probably use it for cooking. And the tail end of the tomatoes, the greens. Probably the last bit of herbs I'm going to cut. I've been gathering them all through summer. Just got some mint and sage and thyme, and I'll set those up to dry in my pantry soon. And now I've got to put it all away. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing. Take care, and we'll see you soon.